Okay, we've just seen our clip about bowling pace with the Victorian Elite Sports Program with Peter Sill. There were 7 key prompts that they had for you for bowling. And that's elite bowling, and obviously for those cricketers who are super keen. But one of the things that we'll concentrate on today is our bunny ears when we bowl. So I don't have a cricket ball, I'm just using a tennis ball, but just to remind myself of that, I'm going to use my bunny ears around the heart logo. A run up. I've set up my wheelie bin. Now, no one can tell me you don't have a wheelie bin. So set up your wheelie bin. Maybe I've got a rabbit run sort of behind it so you can field any balls for me. But you could use something like a boogie board or something so your ball doesn't go behind the wickets. And then I set up 2 markers, which is sort of 3/4 of the way down the pitch, which is I'm aiming for my first bounce. Okay, 1 bounce and hit the wickets. That's what we're after. Now, if you're a cricketing enthusiast, you could also draw some wickets on your wheelie bin to make it a bit more of a challenge for you. Okay, now your challenge today, you've got 20 balls. The first thing you'll do is practice. So practice where your markers are, reset them if you need to, straight out. And I've got a doormat as my crease. My toes not allowed to go over the doormat. So work all that out first. Have a few balls, make sure it feels comfortable. Then from there, you've got 20 balls. Now, level 1 is 20 balls. Let me just check. 10 of those balls is 1 bounce and hit, and you get 1 bounce and it goes near the wicket. Okay, it doesn't even have to hit. That's level 1. Excuse me. Level 2 is 20 balls, 1 bounce, and 5 of them hit the wicket. Okay, so what I mean by 1 bounce is that it only, as it leaves your hand, it only actually hits the ground once before it gets in or around the wicket. Okay, level 3 is 20 balls, 1 bounce, and 10 hits on the wicket. And level 4 is 20 balls, 1 bounce, and 15 to 20 hits on the wicket. Now that's in your OneNote, so you can record how you went today. Your setup is your setup. If you want to challenge yourself, you can write in that you challenge yourself with the correct distance of your run up and you were using some type of whiz bang fast pace running. For us today, learning how to do bowling, we're going to start to do our run up. So we start face on and balanced. As we come in, 1, 2, 3, 4. I get that. Remember he talked about that back foot landing. So that back foot landing actually almost turns me on my side. So I come in, back foot turns a little bit to the side, my front foot comes out, my arms are like a T, and they're like a balancing scales, the old-fashioned balancing scales. And as I direct my touch towards my target, my front foot comes out, okay, you call this the delivery stride, okay, and as my front arm comes down, it counterbalances the back arm to come through, and the release is around about just before shoulder height, okay, and we're aiming for those light cones or whatever markers you're using. All right, so it doesn't have to be a big run up, doesn't have to be fast paced. This is your challenge today. All right, I've got my bunny ears on, my back foot, my front. No score, Mrs. Carroll. Always jog to retrieve your ball. A bit of movement is good, especially in striking and fielding. All right, let's give it another go. How am I going to adjust to make sure that this time it hits? Well, my aim was a bit off. So I need to make sure that as I strike that delivery stride, okay, so when that foot comes down there, is my toe aiming towards the target? Are my eyes on the target? Is my release towards the target? All right, let's see if Mrs. Carroll can nail it. Oh, he's out. All right, so 20 shots. Count how many hits you got. Come back and look at your table in OneNote and record how well you did today. Have fun with your bowling practice.